Hello students, good morning. Let's start today's class. Today we are going to discuss about latitudes. What is latitude and different types of latitude? What are the use of latitude? So let's start. Dear student, we take midpoint of the globe from the North Pole to the South Pole, and after that we will draw a horizontal line around the globe at this point. This line divides the globe into two equal halves. This line divides the earth into two equal halves. You can see here I have drawn a line. This line is horizontal line, and this line divides the earth into two equal halves. Above from this line, this portion, upper portion, this line is called equator line, and above this portion, above this line, the part is called northern hemisphere, and the lower part from the equator is called southern hemisphere. So equator divides the earth into two equal halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Upper half of the equator is called the northern hemisphere, you can see here, and the lower half of the equator is called the southern hemisphere. It is the lower half of the equator, so it is called the southern hemisphere. Dear student, equator is an imaginary line, not real line. If anybody asks to you, is equator real line, your answer should be no, it's not a real line. It is an imaginary line which divides the earth into two equal halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Imaginary line circling around the earth from east to west. You can see here imaginary line circling the earth from east to west. These all lines are, the direction of all lines are east to west. These lines are called long latitudes. These lines are called latitudes, which I have drawn here. As they move towards the pole, as these lines moves towards the pole from the equator, when it keep on moving towards the north pole and towards the south pole, what will be the condition of each latitude? Each latitude will be getting shorter and shorter. Yes student, you can see here this line is a very big line, and it is also called a great circle line. It is called equator, and each and every line after this equator will be getting shorter and shorter when lines moves towards above the equator or towards the lower the equator. There would be 90-degree lines to the top. You can see here 90-degree north pole and 90-degree south pole, 90-degree lines to the top of the equator and 90-degree lines of the bottom of the equator. You can see here it is the bottom and it is the top, and both are north pole and south pole have 90-degree. And after that there are 181 lines of latitude. 181 lines of latitude means each latitude contains 1 degree, and there are 90-degree north and 90-degree south when we do sum of these both two, it will be 180 degree. It will be 180 degree, and one last line is equator plus 181. Lines of latitudes are there, and after that the equator is marked as the 0 degree. Dear student, you can see here equator is marked as the 0 degree. The latitude, it is the longest line of latitude. It is the longest line of latitude. It is also called the great circle. Equator is also called a great circle, and here you can see, if anybody asks to you on the globe which latitude is big, or which lines of latitude is called equator, your answer will be 0 degree, equator line or great circle it is called. And except this line, few more important latitudes are here that I want to discuss here. You can see here, my dear student, 23.5 degree north, 23.5 degree south, it is Tropic of Capricorn, and 66.5 degree south, Antarctic circle is there. And when we talk about above equator, 23.5 degree north, Tropic of Cancer is there, and 66.5 degree north, it is called Arctic circle. So these are some other important latitudes on the globe that we have to study. And my dear student, here I want to discuss something that when we started the lesson, I asked you to, if we have to find out any place on the earth, if we have to locate any place on the earth, by which thing we can locate exactly a place on the globe. What is the way? What will be the way? Dear student, all we have studied about longitude and latitude. We know both line. We know about both line. You can see here, it is which line? It is vertical line that we draw on the globe, and these lines are lines of latitude. This is longitude, and it will be latitude. Okay, and when these lines cross to each other, they form a series of square. A series of square, you can see here, it is also a square. So the square shape is called grid. Yes, student, we have problem to locate any place on the earth exactly. The solution is grid. With the help of grid, we can locate any place on the earth with its exact location. So it is used, grid is used in locating the place on the globe, on the earth, with its exact location. So grid help us in locating the place. So it's all about longitudes and latitudes. So if anybody asks to you, how can we locate any place on the earth with exact location, your answer will be grid. With the help of grid, we can locate any place on the earth. So it's all about our today's class, and here I am going to conclude my video. So my dear student, keep on watching the video and do study carefully at your home, and do comment in comment box by writing your name, class and section, and ask the other student to comment for their attendance. Don't miss this because it is the part of attendance. So enjoy your day, have a nice day.